Hello. So, after a lot of deliberation, me and the voices in my head have decided that we are going to make a WoW Machinima. Now, for those of you that don't know what a machinima is, it is basically a cinematic film that is made through the medium of a video game. In this case, we will be using World of Warcraft. I have zero experience, I have zero knowledge, I am the least visually artistic person you will ever meet, but I've always wanted to do it. So here we go, and we'll see what happens. Here's what we're working with. I've got two PCs. I've got my main PC and I've got the laptop sitting behind me, both running instances of World of Warcraft. One will act as the actor and the other one will act as the camera. I'll be making a short cinematic scene, about 1 minute long. I'll be using OBS for recording footage and I'll be using DaVinci Resolve for editing. And there might be some other stuff as well, I don't know yet, let's see what happens. Now, what I was going to do, because you see all the pros doing it, is do a proper storyboard with, you know, like image references, and so I've got an idea of what the shot's going to be. However, like I told you, I'm not very visually artistic, so instead I used ChatGPT. Now, I know what you're thinking, this is the lazy way of doing things. I 100% agree with you, but the exercise that I'm doing in this video is not, can I come up with a visual masterpiece? It's, can I make a WoW Machinima? So I thought, rather than agonising over every shot in a storyboard and trying to make all the pictures myself, I would just take the shortcut in this case, so we can get it done. So let's go about getting the first shot. Our trusty AI companion says the first shot is a wide shot, environment first, character small in frame, and a slow camera pan or static shot. Okay, so this is my camera, World of Warcraft camera, my character aptly named Camvax. Now, what I've done, my field of view is set all the way down to 50, and that gives you this nice wide looking shot. And what the camera's going to do, I'm going to turn the UI off, I'm going to zoom all the way in, and here we go, here's my camera. And you can do some cool stuff. So I found a macro online that allows you to pan the camera. I've got that set to my middle mouse button, so if I just press that now, that looks more cinematic, right? And then I can press Y to stop it. That macro I will leave in the description, but here it is for you nerds that would like to know. This bit here is the speed. So I've got mine set to 0.12, and it's just a nice slow pan. There are also some other really cool commands that I have discovered. You can see them on my action bar here. So the first one is a camera zoom. I didn't think this was possible, but it is. And so you can stop that just by scrolling your mouse wheel. And then I've got the opposite way as well. So it zooms in, zooms out, and you can adjust the speed of that with the macro. And there's also, this is a cheat code by the way, you can use this command, which is console show player 0. Ta-da! So you can make your character disappear, which means when you're in this view, you can zoom out as much as you want and zoom in as much as you want, and there's no danger of showing your player. So when you combine that with the macros I've made, you can do some really fancy stuff. So that's where we're starting. So let me get my actor, bring him here, and we'll get shooting. And here he is. So this is, it's not Jack Vax, that's another character. This is a character called Kushti Mish. It's another one of my my mains. And the shot you just saw, the way I achieved that was basically using the zoom macro I showed you. along with the no UI. So we're already off to a good start. Now, what we need to do is find somewhere good for our first shot. So we want environment first, character small in frame, with a slow pan or a static shot. I think we're going to go with a pan. Let's have a look. Okay, so I think I found a location. Okay, so I completely washed what I did yesterday because I decided, like, I was locking myself into Westfall for some reason and I didn't really like the location I found. So I've changed my idea now. I found this little place in, where even are we? Where even is this? God, I don't, we're in the Blasted Lands, okay. And I need to be careful because my camera character is only level 10. So, so here we are. I've got this cool path that we can get a good shot on of, I don't know, the character walking up here or something like that. So we're going to try and work that out now. Okay, so we've got the first shot. The way that I got that was my actor... Oh, I think he's still walking. Yep. So what I had to do, because I'm using the laptop behind me to control the actor, I had to have my character auto-walking so that I could control the camera. Now he's just walking to his demise. So I need to stop that quickly. There we go. I think he'll be all right now. I was down here and basically used one of my panning macros to pan the camera up and right, and that's just by combining two of the camera control things in the macro that I showed you before, and that looks like that. And that was it basically. I looked at the floor, pressed record, pressed auto walk on my actor when he was in the right position, then came back quickly, panned the camera, and then timed it just right so you could see the character walking past. So there we go, first shot done. Now we need to get the second shot, which our trusty ChatGPT storyboard tells us 8 to 12 seconds long, character walking towards the camera or away from it, side on or trailing shot. So I guess those are the options, and it probably makes the most sense to have the camera set at the end of the path that the character is walking down for continuity. So what I'm doing now is basically amending or creating new macros so that I can adjust the speed of the camera pan to what I want. So I've bound this new macro here, left pan slight up, even though it goes right, but hey ho. This feels like it might be a little bit too slow. So let's have a look. So if I start the pan now, then I'll start walking as it pans. Oh, that looks pretty good actually. I think we'll do that. If you ask me, that's pretty cool. So we're going to keep that. I am getting the sense though that this shot might not be long enough, and the first shot looks like it might need like a flyover shot before it to kind of set it up, but we will do that at the end when we're polishing things off. So shot 3 is a medium shot, camera closer, character stops, small idle animation plays, and the purpose is to humanize the character. Let's give that a go. Now, just quickly before I do that, it is the next day again. Having watched what I've recorded so far, I'm also going to put another clip, and it's just going to be a shot of Kushtimish basically walking past the camera. And the way I've done that, so you can see how I'm positioned. If I show my guy, so he's standing here. Again, field of view turned all the way down. That's why I've got such a wide shot. So I need to do the pan as he starts walking. So here we go. And that's literally it. So we're just going to get the next shot now. I found this rock, so I like the idea of being kind of in between these rocks when it's zoomed all the way, and you can get a kind of little peephole kind of shot, which is quite cool. The shot is meant to be, the camera is closer, the character stops, and a small idle animation plays. So I think, I don't necessarily, that wouldn't be necessarily the direction I'd go, but just for the sake of time, we're going to go with that. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, and the way I did that one was I stood in this rock where I showed you, set my camera up here, have my character walking sort of around here at the end of the path, walking towards, and I recorded one long clip of the character walking towards the camera, but it was a really long walk, so to speed it up but keep the kind of slow pace, I added some crossfades. And for what I think is going to be the final shot in our little experiment today, so there's our character sitting on a little cliff. So where he's just walked in the last shot I just showed you, he walked here and now he's here. So I'm kind of abandoned the ChatGPT storyboard now, and I'm just kind of freestyling. So I think I want to get like a close-up of his face and then pan out to the open view. Let's get him to stand up. So it can be kind of like here. And then maybe... Nope, wrong one. It needs to go down a bit as well. So I need to amend the macro to also go down slightly. And let's do that about half of what the pan speed is. So let's have a look at that now. Why isn't that working? Oh, that's why. There was it was movie view. Why was that? That's weird. So we'll be here and then... Yeah, baby. That's what we're after. Okay, cool. So let's get that recorded now. So let's take a look at everything that we've recorded so far and see if there are any tweaks or any extra clips that we need to record to be put in there. So there are definitely things that I need to tweak, and there are definitely things that I need to add in, I think, to make that whole thing a bit more substantial. We're going to leave it there for this episode, but we're going to keep this going. So stay tuned for the next episode, where we'll go a bit more into the editing process. Also, I do want to delve into the animation side of things, as much as I dread saying that and fearful for everything that involves. But I'd love to bring you guys along for that journey. So please do stay tuned for that one. If it's already out, then it will be bing, right there, so you can click on it. And also consider subscribing, guys, if you like the video. You know, I'm a brand new channel, so it'd be really, really cool to have some new subscribers come along with me on this journey. So take care for now, and if you've got any questions or anything, leave a comment below, and I'll chat to you in a bit. See you later, guys.